Now, this conversation is about the lesser of two evils, right? But I want to talk specifically about loyalty. Let's say inside of both of these characters, Uma, we have Lily J. She has risen to superstardom, through making TikTok videos, essentially doing a form of dawa. And of course, we have our president, Donald Trump, the leader of the Republican Party in the United States. Now, why I'm comparing these two is because out there in the universe somewhere, there are people that feel like these two individuals are bad people. But I want to talk about the staunch difference. Now, you see, with Donald Trump, when he first ran for office and he was on his rise to fame as a president, people digged up his background. They discovered in like 1976 he had a portfolio of real estate and apartment buildings and housings, and he wouldn't allow black renters to rent his properties. So he got sued, and the pursuance won the lawsuit. Also, in his casino on a particular floor, which is the third floor, which were the high gamblers or high rollers, he wouldn't allow black people to work on the third floor. Also, his father was arrested at a Ku Klux Klan rally. Hear me, Ku Klux Klan is a group of white supremacists in America that don't like black people. They actually led to the aiding, capturing of black individuals who would run away from their slave masters, and they would bring them back or they would hang them. So Donald Trump had associations with this party. Now, when you hear something like that, you're like, there's no way this guy's going to win for presidency. He's racist. He has associations with the Ku Klux Klan. He's a womanizer. He had sex with porn stars while he was married. There was this one clip of him out there where someone asked him, hey, when you like a woman, what do? He said, I just walk right up to them and I just grab their vagina. And the liberal women, they were hysterical. They went, what? But let me tell you something. Donald Trump, white supremacist, far-right, Republican, non-racist and racist supporters stayed loyal to him no matter what. And he ended up winning the presidencies. They heard those rumors. They heard about those racists. They heard about his past, what he did. You know what? They didn't care. A lot of people didn't care. Enough people didn't care so much that they elected him president twice. Now, Donald Trump Uma is loyal, but Lily J's Uma is not loyal. You see, when Lily J got into her first speckle of controversy, her Uma turned against her. Her Uma criticized her. Even her own brothers and sisters in the Dawa community, they turned on her, treated her like she was trash about things that couldn't be proven. Remember, these things that Donald Trump was accused of, this is public information. The things that Lily J was accused of, it's all speculation. But Lily J's Ummah, the Ummah of Islam, turned on her. Now, what's the lesson in this message today? Is as Muslims, we should be more united. We should protect one another. But we don't do that. We don't do it all the time. But when it comes to women specifically, we definitely don't do it. We'll take a man's word over a woman's word. 9 times out of 10, if a woman comes with a complaint, she gets ignored. That was a situation where, I don't know if you guys remember Malcolm X. Malcolm X used to be a part of this group called the Nation of Islam. And Malcolm X was the lead spokesperson. And Malcolm X had come into some private information through Elijah Muhammad's son, Warith Muhammad, that his father had out-of-marital sex and had wed 2 or 3 children. This is public information. You can look it up. When Malcolm X discovered this, he asked Elijah Muhammad about it. And Elijah Muhammad's response was, hey, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 9 wives, and King Solomon had 666 concubines. I don't know if that's the accurate number. I am the prophet that Jesus spoke about, and I'm just fulfilling my destiny. That was his answer. Malcolm X left in disarray and shock. He was hurt. And shortly after that, he left the Nation of Islam because of that reason. There were some things that went on behind the scene, but that was the reason behind it all. You see, Malcolm X had integrity. when Malcolm X heard that a man had done something wrong, he stepped up and he pressed that man about it. And when he didn't receive the right answer, he stepped away from that organization. But you see, in the case of Aya and Aya's voice, when she said a Dawa bro reached inside her inbox and said some things to her that is very un-Islamic, and she exposed them, you see, she got condemned. Her address got doxxed. People sent her death threats, and no male protected her until I saw a classical Islam video. So Muslims, what can we learn from these situations? I don't know. But I would love to hear any one of you voice your opinion or your comment. Tell me how I'm right or tell me how I may be wrong. Let's have this conversation. Salawatu. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.